Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Asiana here, back with another video. And today, I really just want to set somebody free. So, I'm going to refer to the ultimate David in the Bible. Now, this is somebody that we all love talking about. Someone who defeated a giant and was famous, a king, this and that. Like David, if you don't know about David, you sure have heard about him. Now, the thing about David's battle, if we go into the history of his family, his standing in the world, he was not really favored by people, which is often common when you are chosen. And so basically, if you feel like you've always been rejected by people, the world, places, and things, you're probably chosen by God. Now, before the battle that David had with Goliath, David was already in the midst of battling more battles than just that one. And I'm not just talking about lions and tigers and bears. I'm talking about everything in the midst of himself and his family. I mean, he wasn't even considered when the prophet came to his house looking for who God had called. All his brothers were called first before he was even sent for. And so, as David was out in the field handling his battles and doing what he was called to do at that time, there were other things that he had to face. And so, when it came to facing Goliath, he was actually being called out by God, which is often a test of obedience. But like many of us, we think that our Goliaths are for our victory. Many of us have often substituted the lion and tiger and bears for things that we've already slayed as our Goliaths. And the battle for Goliath wasn't to defend David's name, but it was to defend God's name and his glory. And so there's a lot of situations that we're like, oh my God, that was so horrible that it happened to me. And your feelings are valid. It probably was very horrible. But you've been in this field. You've been slaying giants and stuff like this, so why react? Why get out of character? Now, when God has an appointed time and has a battle for you to literally fight and win, then you'll know that. But we often get mad at people's intentions instead of the results. Think about it. If David had a defeated mindset before his actual battle with Goliath, he would never have been promoted to king. He would have never got to experience God's love and would be able to write Psalms or all the wonderful things that he has written about. And then more than ever, he wouldn't have been the great example of a character of a king. And we know he wasn't perfect, but when it comes to knowing God's love and defending his name, David and God had a bond, a